Introducing warehouses, a feature that lets you keep track of your inventory if you have more than one warehouse. In the settings, there's a new tab called Warehouses, and in here you will find that your company has a default warehouse called Main, and you can add as many warehouses here as you want. I've added 2 of them. In the items list, if you hover on the on hand column, you will see how many cases are there in each warehouse. There's this new feature that we have added that lets you add to each warehouse from an Excel sheet. So if you export this on hand, you will be provided with an Excel sheet which you can use, and in this sheet you will have a column for each of your warehouses, and whatever number you enter here, you will be able to set that in that warehouse respectively. So if I add 10, 40 and 30 respectively here, and I save this file, and I can now import that file, and this will add that number to each warehouse, and I can verify it by hovering on the on hand column like this. Let's say you want to move some cases from one warehouse to another. You can do so by this feature called Move Inventory. For example, I want to move 20 cases from Brooklyn into the main warehouse. I will add 20 here into the main warehouse, and I click on Move. This will change the quantity into the main warehouse and also in the Brooklyn. If I save changes and let it reload, I will see that the main warehouse has now 20 extra cases, and I can also see the live changes in the inventory report. I'll show you in a second. So if I hover to here, I will see the main previously, which had 10 cases only, now has 30, and Brooklyn has 20 cases. If I open this items details page, not only will I see how many are there in each warehouse, I will also see what has been happening to this items inventory throughout since start. So as you know, I did an import, and I imported 10 cases in Maine, 40 in Brooklyn, and another 30 in Greenwood. So I can see in the inventory report that I had adjusted the inventory via import into the main warehouse, and I've added 10 cases. Then I did some movement of inventory. I moved 20 cases from Brooklyn into Maine, and how you can read this is you moved an inventory from Brooklyn, you moved 20 cases, and you moved 20 cases in Maine. So that this is when I moved the inventory just a moment ago. If you now want to receive a purchase order, it will give you an option to receive that purchase order in a selective warehouse. So let's say I want to receive this item in one warehouse and this in another. I can do so. If I want to receive everything in one warehouse, I can use this drop down on the top, and this will change the warehouses of all the items in that purchase order. I will click update, and this will receive these items in that specific purchase order, and also change the property of the on hand in each warehouse respectively. Same way an invoice works. When you will try to pack an invoice, you will be able to see that it gives you an option to select from which warehouse are you packing this invoice from. So that way you can keep track of your invoices, your inventories, if you have more than one warehouse. Thank you very much.